Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by MMA veteran Brock Larson. Brock, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Brock, you got a fight coming up at RFA 6 this Friday. How's training been going for the fight?
Yeah, I've been going good. I actually went down to Coconut Creek, Florida, and went and trained out at American Top Team for a little while, and kind of resharpened the tools and ready to rock and roll.
Mm-hmm. Was the whole training camp down at American Top Team, or did you do half and half at home, half down there? What exactly did you do?
Yeah, no, I went down there for just a week, just to go down there and train with those guys and get a boost just before I took the week off for the fight. So
I see.
It's kind of a sharpening of my skills, make sure it's still good.
Mm-hmm. Was that just basically the whole thing, just sharpening tools, or was there somebody specifically you wanted to work with down there for this fight, anything like that?
No, just, they've got a lot of good guys down there, and so I just training up here in the frozen tundra of Minnesota. I was lacking a few of the higher level guys to train with, so I wanted to just kind of go down there and get a feel for the strength and the power of all the high level guys, and did well. So I was happy that I went down there. It gave me an extra boost of confidence, knowing that the old guys still got it.
You're going to be fighting Eduardo Pamplona. I think that's how you say it. If I messed it up, I'm sorry. But you're going to be fighting Eduardo Pamplona. What are your thoughts about him as an opponent?
Tough. Extremely tough, dangerous. Got good striking, good kicks. Powerful dude. And at this stage, there's no easy fight, so it's another challenge, and I'm up for it, ready to go to work.
You said he's a tough, powerful dude, but obviously you wouldn't have taken this fight if you didn't think you were going to win. Where do you see yourself having the advantage in this one?
Well, I just think that, I've got confidence. I think I can win every fight. I've never said no to a fight, and why would you? So I just kind of, I'm confident in my ability, and wherever the fight goes, I'm pretty comfortable wherever. I've got highlight knockouts, I got highlight submissions, so I'm ready to put another highlight together.
You have a lot more experience than he does. How much of a factor is that in a fight?
I don't know if it's that much. That makes a whole. He's had 20-some fights, so it's not like he doesn't know what's going on. He's been fighting for as long as I have. He just hasn't been as active. So I think experience level is kind of a wash. Once you get above a certain number of fights, I think experience is kind of a wash, and you kind of become on who you train with and that kind of stuff. So I don't think that's going to play a factor either for either one of us.
It's nice to hear that your confidence is back. Well, let's go back a little bit to July of 2011. You fought Eric Davila. I was at that fight. Obviously, it's probably not a fight that you really want to remember, but obviously you just got caught. It only lasted 7 seconds. What went wrong for you that night?
Well, that was one of those fights where I'm promoting the show and fighting in the show. A lot of distractions, probably not focused. I can make excuses all day long, but biggest thing was that I personally don't think I was focused and really ready to fight. So he caught me, and that was a good eye opener. It's kind of I got to take everybody serious. Got to take all this fighting stuff a little more serious, and put everything else out of my mind, and just get back to focus on what's in hand. So it was actually a great fight for me. Looking back on it, I don't like the fact that it happened. I'd like to get that one back, of course, but all in all, it forced me to kind of refocus and get ready for every opponent, like you get ready for a title fight.
After that fight, Monty Cox had said that, it ended in 7 seconds. Yeah, you got knocked out. Yeah, it was bad, but it could have been worse. You could have been dominated for 3 rounds, and then it would have looked a little bit worse. Like, you couldn't compete at the level. But he said it wasn't that bad because, you just got caught. How do you view it? Does it just, it all feels the same regardless? And he was just doing some damage control? Or, how do you feel about that?
Well, for me, it's the first time ever that I've ever been knocked out training, fight, anything. So I didn't. Shocked was the first deal, and I don't really know how to react to it. But I don't like getting knocked out. Absolutely not. And that's never going to happen again. Just got to keep that chin down. And but as far as getting caught, yeah, you can chalk it up as getting caught. But the bottom line, there's not really any. I don't believe in luck. So he tried to hit me. He did. I fell asleep, and so I got to do everything I can to prevent that from happening again. And that's kind of my game plan. Not to let that happen.
Mm-hmm. Considering that you were the main event, that was your show, your hometown, is that the worst moment of your career?
No. I mean, I've had far worse. This Saturday fight was one of my worst fights I've ever fought, and the Foster fight is the worst fight I've ever fought. I've had some fights where I just haven't been able to pull the trigger and been slow and something's not clicking. So even though the knockout was probably the ugliest loss, it's not mentally my worst loss. There's some fights up there where I just couldn't get going and couldn't pull the trigger. And when you know what you got to do and you can't do it, that's frustrating.
Mm-hmm. After that fight, you were out for a little while. You didn't fight again until March of 2012. What happened during that time? Was it just you weren't getting the offers? Was your confidence low and you weren't ready to take a fight? What exactly was going on during that time?
Yeah, a little bit of both. I mean, we had a couple fights fall through. Had a couple of fights up in Canada that fell through. And my confidence never really been low. I mean, I've always felt like I could do whatever I needed to do to get in there and do my thing. But there's a lot of different things. And I was focusing on opening a gym, and so it wasn't like I was searching hard for fights. Fights came up, and yeah, I'd go get them. But I was kind of focusing on getting the gym going and getting a couple of other guys moving, and just getting other focuses in life other than fighting. Kind of put it on the back burner a little bit, and now I got the gym's rocking and rolling, and gym runs itself now, so I can get back to doing what I do.
Mm-hmm. Right now you're on a 2-fight win streak, back-to-back first-round submission victories. How have you been able to turn it around? Is it just as simple as positive mind, positive body, or is it something else that you're doing differently in training or anything? How have you been able to do this?
No, just kind of getting refocused and my team. I got a good shot now. Before I was just kind of on an island by myself, and now I got a bunch of young up and comers that are a guy on the team, and we got a lot of young guys that are true athletes and actually mixed martial artists, and so they get to push me every day also, and then just refocusing and getting back to what I do and doing jiu-jitsu and having fun with everything.
Is this a multiple fight deal with RFA, or is this just a one-off?
No, it was a 2-fight gig.
Oh, 2-fight deal. And Brock, you also, like we mentioned earlier, you also are a promoter. You've got a show coming up on January 19th. That's one day after your fight. How are you going to make that fight, or are you just not going to be there for that one?
Well, I'm probably still going to be there, but I got guys that are doing all of it. I mean, I haven't even looked at that fight card. It's an all-amateur card. We got a lot of good people helping me out with that. So as soon as I found out I had this fight, I basically told, asked for help. That's one thing. I'm not afraid to ask for help anymore. I used to try to do everything myself, but just basically ask for help, and everybody's stepping up and helping out. So I don't have to focus. Everybody's pretty much on the same page. Everyone wants me to focus on my fight, getting ready for my fight, and not worrying about the other stuff. So.
On average, how much time do you dedicate to running CFX? Is it 50-50, 50% of the time running CFX, the other 50% of the time fighting and training? Is it 60-40? How much time do you dedicate to CFX?
It really depends on our schedule. I mean, this winter was super busy. And now things are lighting up a little bit. So, I mean, I've paid maybe 3% of my time on the CFX stuff, and let my partner partner, and the rest of the guys handle all the CFX stuff online. Basically, I put all that stuff on the side when I got a fight. So if I got a fight, it's almost nothing. And then if I don't have a fight, then I split about 50-50 between the gym and the promotion.
Mm-hmm. Your organization, CFX, you guys are very creative in the way you promote. Your February 2nd event, you've got Derek versus Derek, a main event title fight featuring two guys named Derek. Who comes up with these ideas? Is it you or is it your staff? You know, who gets the credit for this?
Well, we all kind of, what do we call this event? I don't know. We got Derek and Derek fighting. Well, okay, let's call it Derek versus Derek. So, I mean, we have the season beatings. Also, yeah, we just try to, no one person comes up with the names. It's kind of, we all kind of throw it out there, and what are we going to call this? And group texting, and everyone sends back what they think, and then we just kind of go with this. Everyone works, what sounds the best.
Mm-hmm. CFX 33, another creative one, Minnesota versus Japan. How did this all come together with you bringing over some of the Japanese fighters?
Well, you know, we just worked with like Shu and some of the other managers and the guys, and we worked on a deal where we get these guys over here and bring in some of Japan's top fighters and have them fight Minnesota's top fighters, and it was a good deal having an international competition right here in Minnesota and bringing in some of the best guys and showcasing them at the Target Center, at a beautiful venue, and today that's probably still one of my most fun promotions that I promoted. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Just curious, Yoshiyuki Yoshida, he was on that card. I believe he fought in the main event. Just curious, how come you didn't fight him? Was it just because you couldn't at the time, you were injured or something, or you just didn't feel that it was the right fight, or was it because of the Davila situation?
Yeah, well, funny you bring it up. Our plan was kind of to have him fight, and I was helping a lot with promotions of that fight, and then invite them back and have myself fight him on the next show. And then, like everything, you come with a plan, but then he gets fights, he says he's going down to 55, whatever the situation might be, but it didn't work out the way we had envisioned it, but that was kind of the thing. We wanted to introduce him. If he wins, you know, then offer him, then have the fight, him and I, and then go from there. But it just didn't work out the way we planned it.
Oh, I see. And I saw on Facebook recently you guys unveiled the new championship belts. They look pretty nice.
Yeah, they are. We got the amateur belts, and then we got the pro belts, and they turned out really well.
Brock, the MN MMA Awards just came out, and you won Trainer of the Year. How much of an honor is it for you to win this award?
You know, it's a big deal for me and the gym. And it just so happened that we had Fighter of the Year as well, Tony Martin. So I guess it goes back to that argument of does the players make the coach, or does the coach make the players? That argument, I guess, is right now going on in our gym.
Right.
Whether Tony made me or if I made Tony, but either way, it's a good time to win both roles. The gym, you know, really appreciates it, and it's a big deal here in Minnesota. And you know, there's great trainers here, so just to be in that whole topic with those guys, it's for me it's a big deal because a lot of those guys were my instructors. So those guys must have done a good job with me. So it's kind of kudos to a lot of the guys in Minnesota as well, like Greg Nelson and Tom Schmitz. Those guys were my instructors, and so I think in a way it kind of honors them as well.
Mm-hmm. Brock, just a couple more questions. I thank you for being generous with your time, but just a couple more questions. Right now, you're 35 years old. You got a successful promotion that you run. You're, you know, obviously by the looks of these awards, you're a great trainer. You got that going on. How long do you see yourself continuing to fight? Because 35, you know, in this sport isn't exactly, I mean, it's not young, but it isn't exactly old with guys like Couture and Severn and all these other guys who, you know, have fought forever.
Yeah, you know, I'm not going to be those guys. I'm not going to be Randy. I'm not going to be Severn. I don't know. You know, as long as I still have the competitive juices I can compete with at a high level. But if I start to go on a losing streak, that's probably going to be a good time to hang win necessarily. But I know I want to get another run, and RFA is getting an opportunity to compete at a high level again and take on some of the top dogs. And so this fight's going to tell a lot with on what my future does. So I'm taking this fight very serious, and it's going to be kind of a turning point on which way I kind of lean. So I don't want to be done. So I'm putting everything I got into this fight, and I'm getting after it.
Mm-hmm. When you retire from mixed martial arts, will you be retired from competing? Because I know you do some grappling tournaments after MMA. Will you still do grappling, or when you're done with MMA, you're done with everything?
No, heck no. I'll be grappling until I'm 90.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually want to do the Worlds this year, and want to do a lot of stuff in the grappling aspect too. I mean, I love to grapple, so I don't think I'm pretty sure I'll still be competing. One beautiful thing about jiu-jitsu tournaments and grappling tournaments is they have age brackets, so I'll be able to do it in my 60s still and still be able to compete. So now I plan on competing at a high level at jiu-jitsu for quite some time. I mean, I've won Nagas a few times and all that, so I want to continue doing that, and that's kind of where I'm at there.
Mm-hmm. Brock, last question. What is your end goal in mixed martial arts? Is it to make it back to the UFC, or is it, just to continue to compete, continue to fight the best guys that they put in front of you and make some money at it? What exactly is your goal? Just to finish at a high level. I don't want to go out and small shows and all that stuff. I want to compete at a high level, whatever organization that might be. Whether it's RFA or UFC or 1FC, whatever it is, I just want to be able to compete at that high level. It's really hard to get motivated sometimes to compete at kind of the smaller circuits and stuff. So if I can't get motivated to fight, I don't want to fight anymore. So if I'm not fighting in a major circuit at a high level with top guys, then I won't be competing. So what I'm looking to do, to answer your question, I guess, is just to keep fighting at a high level and with high level opponents, and when that's done, then I'm done. I see. Brock, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you would like to thank, and is there anything you'd like to say to the fans?
Just tune in to Access TV on Friday and watch the RFA. We're going to go to work. There's a lot of good fights on that card. We're going to get fight of the night. And it's going to be a good time. And just thank the guys at the Get Some Compound and MIQ. And, Little Julie and the CFX guys, all those guys. And Element Arms. Those guys have been supporting me for a long time, and just appreciate all that.
Brock, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it, and best of luck on Friday.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.